Hello, everyone. I'm Jeffrey Alderman, President and CEO of ACBSP, Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs. And I'm delighted to be here on the campus of University American College of Skopje, a college that whose business schools and their programs are accredited by ACBSP since 2011. What I like to do when I travel around the world is visit with our schools to see their needs, to see how we can serve them, and to help them brand ACBSP and the types of things that the accreditation process has done for their school. Accreditation is a tool that is a voluntary process by which a business school decides that they would like to improve the offering of business programs that they have. And when I mean improve, I mean studying and going through a process that allows them to become better. One of the examples that I like to use in terms of what happened in America is about 3 decades ago, the big three automakers nearly went out of business because the processes that they had in place to produce automobiles wasn't working. The automobiles looked new, but the automobiles weren't as fundamentally sound as they should be, and they were stopped being bought. So when we talk about accreditation being a voluntary process, I liken it to what happened to the automotive industry about 30 years ago in the United States. The big three automakers were still building nice cars and they were still new and nice looking, but American consumers stopped buying the cars, and the question was why? Well, it was a question of quality, and because of that, the big three automakers institute something called ISO 9000. ISO 9000 is a manufacturing process by which it improves significantly the process of putting together cars on the assembly line. That process is now used throughout the world in various mechanisms and manufacturing processes. What ACBSP does is very similar to ISO 9000. In fact, we use standards and criteria through the Malcolm Baldrige Standards of Excellence. 6 standards and criteria that we ask our schools to adhere to and meet or exceed the specifications. And if they do that, then they are welcomed as an accredited member of ACBSP. It's important to note that University American College of Skopje is one of the best business schools in the world, as less than 7% of business schools are accredited throughout the world. Well, what does that mean? What does being accredited mean, not only to the business program, but to the faculty and the students that are involved? Well, for the faculty gets to learn how to put together a curriculum, and we don't tell them how to teach, we show them how to teach better. So we feel that that's an important process that our schools can learn by. The students are then being taught new programs and new ideas through the curriculum that prepares them better for the world of work. One of the things that when we interview businesses, not only in the United States, but throughout the world, is that there's a gap. There's a gap between what students are learning in their business programs and what employers demand from the graduates that they're hiring. And we feel that that gap is lessened through accreditation. When we interview businesses and employers, oftentimes they say less than 1/3 of the students that they're hiring are ready to work for them and they need to be retrained. Well, we believe that through the continual improvement process of accreditation, that students are learning the narrative and learning what they need to do in order to be successful employees. So that lessens the gap. So we believe that students that graduate through accredited programs are more ready for the world of work, and that's a very successful thing. Through the process of accreditation, we don't, again, tell you how to teach. We show you how to teach better. We show you how to run the programs of business education better. Some of our standards include strategic planning. Your school must have a strategic plan for the future. The second thing is we like to measure input from the stakeholders, not only from the students, but perhaps from their parents or for the businesses themselves. That's one of our standards and criteria. The most important criteria that we have, however, is Standard 4. Standard 4 measures the learning by your students. It's called Student Outcome Assessment. When a student enters your business program, they are assessed at how much they learn about business. Halfway through the program, they're assessed on their learning, and then when they graduate, they are assessed on their learning. A school can then use those results to determine if what they're teaching is actually being retained by the student. They should do much better at the end of their studies than when they did at the beginning. And if not, there should be a period of reflection that a school can learn to teach themselves how to become a better business school. So this is important not only for the faculty and for the students, but for the school itself. So ACBSP is a voluntary process that allows schools to become better. And through this continuous improvement process, we believe, as do over 1,200 schools on 6 continents and 62 countries throughout the world, that they are teaching and putting forth a better product for their students, and these students are more prepared for the world of work.